Whew, okay, after researching for this video, I'm gonna need a shower as soon as humanly possible, so let's dive in right away and start some shenanigans. I'm Lord Edgington of Goonsberry, and this is Mother Gaia's Greatest Gooners, Invertebrate Edition. Insects and other creepy crawlies have considerable sexual characteristics that humans generally find curious. So I've compiled quite the cache. Let's contemplate my calculated quantity with coherent cognizance. Starting with the least goony of these gooner brays, the leopard slug. The leopard slug is a hermaphroditic breeder. It's been evolving for millions of years just to prove to its homies that it's a grower, not a shower. What I mean by this is two homies decide they're gonna be totally normal and straight and go hang out and compare dick sizes. So after they build their mucus hammock, they pull their penises out of their head. Talk about dickheads, am I right? They then coil their cocks around their homie's chody, secreting sperm into each other's erect penis, which is then absorbed. Now this oddly beautiful act is not only completely real and straight, it's practiced by our closest relatives, bonobos, to relieve stress and strengthen bonds. Or my personal favorite reason, to express excitement over food. Just picture ordering a pizza with your buddy, and then when the pizza delivery guy gets there, you just start sensually rubbing your tips together as the guy looks on in horror. And before you say that doesn't mean it's normal for humans, frotting, the act of penis-to-penis rubbing, has been practiced as far back as ancient India. There's also docking, where two uncircumcised homies, or one cut and one uncut bros, combine their penis power into one magnificent super wiener. Before we get too sidetracked trying to rub sticks together to start a fire, let's move on to our fourth gooniest entry, flatworms. If you could first like and subscribe, I promise you'll be blessed with femboy thigh pics in your DMs. Flatworms, much like leopard slugs, are hermaphroditic breeders. But rather than sharing each other's spunk, they follow the same rules you and your bros did during sleepovers. Sword fight, and the loser has to be the girl. That's right, flatworms mate through a process known as penis fencing, where they try to inseminate the other by stabbing into their mate's abdomen. On guard.
Those jutting white nibs aren't weapons.
And much like the sword fights to determine who gives up the bussy, these duels can last up to an hour or more, with other flatworms queuing up for the next round.
Round 2, fight.
The goal obviously being to be the father, not the mother, due to Bateman's principle, which states males, or fathers in this case, have a distinct advantage in genetic variability due to being able to reproduce right away, and lower resource cost of not having to maintain pregnancy. To put it a bit more simply,
Why do they cross swords? The winning father can go out and about in the world without any further responsibility. The losing mother absorbs the winner's sperm. It must now work longer and harder to find food and stay alive.
so again, the goal is
You are the father!
Fatality.
Our third entry belongs to water striders. Female water striders have evolved a drive to copulate significantly less than their male counterparts. This is because a male that enters mounting position above the female puts the female at significantly higher risk of predation over the male from attacks from below. Females have therefore evolved a morphological shield over their vulvar opening. They choose to open their genital protrusions during specific times only, for instance mating season. However, the males have noted that the females open their vulvar shield in response to ripples in the water that indicate potential predatory attacks from beneath the water's surface. So males have been observed making vibrations that mimic these, or intentionally causing ripples around the female that would attract predators, causing the female to unshield her genitals, either to more quickly move or to make the male stop attracting attention while he is around and pursuing her. These vibrations are a type of what's called female sensory exploitation. Many insects use some type of sensory exploitation, such as covering the female's eyes or making prey vibrations or sounds, and some biologists even believe that to be the earliest form of courtship behavior. However, water striders make our list above these other sensory exploiting goons due to how casually they risk it all. These dudes are so down bad They're ready to get both of them killed just for a little strider cheeks. Our second to last gooniest invertebrate goes to, brace yourself, bedbugs. Yes, one of the most revolting invertebrates on Earth, fittingly mates in one of the most revolting ways on Earth. See, female bedbugs have a vaginal opening suitable only for egg laying. So the males have evolved a strategy called traumatic insemination, in which they use a sharp, almost drill-like penis to bore into the female's abdomen. The female's body relocates the sperm to the ovaries through diffusion. This process is obviously extremely dangerous for the female, as you can imagine. Getting gut shot just to mate sounds like a bitch and a half. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, for fuck's sake. I honestly have no words. I plan to scour my body with boiling bleach and steel wool when this is over. At the very least, the male does inject a gel-like glue to close the wound after he finishes, so I guess he is somewhat of a gentleman.
M'lady!
Before we finish our list with our final gooniest invertebrate, I just want to give an honorable mention to all the insects that die in order to mate. For instance, male bees die after the mating flight, as it takes all that they can to keep pace with the larger, faster queen bee. Or praying mantis, who, like many insects, are consumed by the females after copulation. Male mantis have even been observed finishing the mating act while the female removes his head early and begins her grisly feast. Absolute dedication. And finally, male ants, whose genitals explode after the act is completed, going out with a bang and then another bang. Poetic, really. And our gooniest winner belongs to the Adactylidium mites, a genus of mites who are born pregnant. This is possible due to their genetic Ouroboros incest. The mite eats a thrip egg, which causes 5 to 8 fertilized eggs inside of her to quickly grow and hatch. There's always one male and the rest are female. The mites remain inside their mother while the male proceeds to mate with each of his sisters, who then begin to eat their way out of their mother, only to repeat this process. The male lies motionless until he dies after this. God damn. You can see why it took the top spot now. This is absolutely revolting, but hey, he still had sex. Now that I've sufficiently traumatized you, smash that subscribe button so I can do it again. I've got several ideas for my next video. Let me know in the comments which of these you'd like to see next, or I'll pick the worst one most likely. History's Greatest Gooners Part 2, a brain rot analysis, which I've started working on, but it's already starting to run kind of long, like 20-30 minutes or more. Or The Cringe Commander, which would be a profile on a specific cringe creator on TikTok, YouTube, or wherever I can find them. This would likely turn into a series. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.